go and the accountability that you guys feel here in the room?
Yeah, very disappointing day. Also very frustrating. This is a reflection of our our play, and it was avoidable. And I think that's the tough part about this is that if we would have done our job in here, he'd still be around. And so feel terrible as a group, individually, that we let a really good coach and a really good person down. And the effect it has not just on him but on his family. So yeah, it's a crappy day.
Why do you feel that it just didn't work out here early in the season?
There's a lot of, I think excuses we could probably come up with at the end of the day. With whatever excuse we want to try to put our finger on, it doesn't matter. We just didn't do our jobs, and we haven't played to the standard that we need to, the standard that we've come to expect, that the management expects, the fans expect and deserve. And when you don't play to expectations and to your level that we are capable of doing, that's not the expectations that we reach. It's just that we haven't played to our abilities. Things like this happen. Unfortunately, people have to take the fall, and that's what happened.
What needs to change?
You can point a lot of different areas, I think, of our game that need to be better. I think the biggest change has to start internally with our group, with our leadership group. It starts with me. It starts with our captains, the other leaders, and setting the example every day. We haven't done a good enough job at providing the example and holding the accountability that we need to and that we have in the past. Whether the expectations were we were going to come in and be a great group to start, and it would be easier than it has been, is maybe the case, but when things like that happen, you have to find a way to work through it and be better and find a way to create success and create opportunities. And that's what the staff has been doing, and we haven't done a good enough job at executing that. So that falls on the leadership group to establish that and lead the way in that area. And it makes it easy for everyone else to follow and to buy in, if we set the example. So, yeah, need to be better there in that area to start. Starts off ice internally, and then it follows on the ice in practice. And it begins there. Our practices haven't been at the level that we need to be at, execution-wise, effort-wise. It started today. We had a really good practice today, and that is something that we now need to do every day moving forward on and off the ice.
Swain said that this team hasn't been a hard out the first 20 games of the year, the first couple of months, and then a hard out. Swain said you guys haven't been a hard out the first couple of months. How much of becoming a hard out again, of being a tough team to play against, how much of that is mindset?
It's completely mindset. It's very hard to play that way every night and to practice that way every day and to prepare that way. And there's a reason why, there's only a few teams in the league that can consistently have success. It's because you need to live and breathe it every day, year after year. And, sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself that you think that you do something for a very short period of time that you deserve to be rewarded with success or rewarded with, something. And that's not the way it works. You need to do it consistently for a very long period of time. And it may not be this year. It may be that we do the right things day after day all of this year, and it takes all of next year to see the return on it, or the year after that, whatever it is. But eventually, when you do the things year after year and day after day consistently, it'll pay off at some point. But it's the mindset that you have to live it and breathe it every day, and it's difficult to do that. It takes a lot of discipline, but you know, a lot of guys aren't used to that. But most people in general aren't used to that, to hold yourself to an incredibly high standard and look at yourself in the mirror and say it's not good enough. Even when you had a good game, where can you improve and be better? And yeah, you know, you need to have a competitive edge and level that you need to be willing to go to that other guys aren't. And we haven't done that enough, and we did have that for a very long period of time, but you know, it took a lot of really good leaders and competitive guys coming in here to say that they wanted to be a difference maker and build something special. And we have the group to do that. We have the group that has the ability. There's a lot of guys that have been underperforming this year, myself included, and you know, if we get back to playing to our standard, then you know we'll be fine. There's no one's looking at this saying that the season's over and that we can't turn this thing around. It's just we have to be better. We know that, and we have the ability to do that. So yeah.
Did you feel
How
like
are
this
things
comes
gonna
on?
be?
Last one.
How are things going to be different under Jim?
Are things going to be different? I think that, you know, that's to be seen a little bit. You know, it's all very fresh, and we have a lot to go through as a group with Joe, and how we're going to do things differently and where we can improve. But you know, when things like this happen, it's a rude awakening that we need to be a lot better and a lot cleaner in a lot of areas. Responsibility, you know, you need to first and foremost, you look internally and see what we can all do better, how we're going to grow. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we'll go through, as we don't have all the answers here now, just because there's a change made. It doesn't mean we're going to be the best team in the league, you know, starting tomorrow. We're still going to have our warts and things we're going to have to work through, but, you know, we're going to just continue to find ways to go through it together as a group and find ways to come out the other side.